Stayed too long though. I'm tired.
I have a pen.
Damn it, Aaron! I just.
Well,
I'm ready now. Damn, we'll start without you.
I took my pen out there.
Hey guys, Crew Blind with I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron.
Hey guys, Crew Blind with I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron.
Was that my phone?
And we're here with The Flash.
The Flash. Aaron, last time on The Flash, how do you make a cicada noise? Cicada noise.
Oh no, it's like they're like.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I don't think it's that though.
I need to figure out a good one so I can do it the entire season. You'd love it.
I don't love that.
I can't do it.
It's hard to do. They have like a weird kind of. I think you just have a leak.
Like that?
No, I think you have a leak.
I can't do it. Damn it.
I don't know if we can make a cicada noise.
I'm going to practice. I'm going to nail it. All right. Last time also, yes, Cicada attacked, took powers temporarily. Dad! He stopped. We don't know.
Who? Oh,
Nora.
Okay, I got you. I was trying to figure out where we were. Now I know where we were.
Yeah, you're
He
caught
took
up.
away the powers and had a
Going too
battle, and
fast
it
for
was
him.
crazy.
Yes.
I was trying to think about you being Michael Winslow.
We also had a meta that could shrink you down.
No, it made air boxes.
Air boxes.
And it crushed you.
Yeah, GameCube. That was her name.
Like, it was so tight that atoms couldn't go in between.
Yeah.
You couldn't phase through.
It was really tight.
So that means that you just... And all of a body was this big.
I would be proud of the size of cube I would make. It would be bigger than yours.
Maybe. What if it's not? It's just a 6-inch by 6-inch cube.
6 inches is around the size that I'm comfortable with, so thank you. Chris Klein, we think of what is Cicada. I'm pretty sure.
I'm
pretty sure that's Chris Klein.
Yeah.
Yep.
Calvin's brother.
Yep. Cisco's kind of dealing with some grief with Gypsy. Caitlin's finding out some shit about her dad.
But she didn't want to.
But her mom signed the death certificate.
Yeah. So I don't know what that's going to do.
I don't know how long his name is, so I just went for a while. And I think that's pretty much it from last episode. We talked about how the Cicada's knife, does it have power? Does he have power?
He like summoned it like Thor.
Yeah, and they even said Mjolnir, right?
Mjolnir.
And I think that was the subject of our poll.
Subject poll. Cicada's abilities are due to his own superpowers or his equipment.
Yeah.
26% say it's all him, and 73% say it's his equipment.
73 are saying just equipment. Okay, so no actual meta ability for Cicada.
Yeah, so it's not all him. He had to use some
So Oliver Queen could do what he does.
special stuff. Maybe.
Something else. What are people saying?
Chief Chill says he's his own Cicada man. He don't need no gear. Spartan says I'll say it has something to do with his lightning bolt dagger.
Yeah. Well, yes. True.
Andrew says, I think his dagger is imbued with some kind of dark matter negating energy. Just unsure if he has his own strengths aside from that. He seems strong or at least a skilled fighter. Yeah,
he definitely seems like a skilled fighter regardless of, but negative energy, what was the negative stuff that Nora said she had? Negative tachyons?
Negative tachyons.
I wonder if that's a thing.
Curtis says it doesn't look like he's wearing much gear, so I think he's a meta.
It's a good observation, Curtis. Terrific.
I Am Groot says I think it's a magic knife or something, like Mjolnir.
How do you spell it?
See, Mjolnir.
Yeah, good.
But the anti-meta human version.
Yeah,
possibly. Or could he have his knife doing things like Alex's magnetic? You know how she like gun things.
Oh, yeah. Explosion.
Yeah. Like that's all tech.
I don't know. We don't know the limits. I'm excited to learn them, if there are any.
Sexy Grod says maybe I'm just over analyzing, but he seems like he hates meta humans and from him killing Gridlock and leaving the guards alive.
True.
It would be he would be a hypocrite if he was a meta and was killing metas for that reason.
That's true. He did leave that one guard to me very, very, very injured, but the one that Iris went to go see, very, very injured, but alive.
And I Am Groot told him, I love your name. And then Sexy Grod told I Am Groot, I love your name.
Aww. Now kiss.
And Skeletor says, I think it's his own abilities, but did anyone notice he stopped when she said the word dad? Is this kid her twin, and he went bad because without Flash, evil metas took over?
Like, he's one of the tornado twins?
I don't know. But he did stop when it said dad, but was that because of her? Was that because of his own personal history of some sort?
Yeah.
Not because like, oh, my sister. Oh,
like
my dad?
If he's motivated by something to do with his own daughter, and someone goes, Dad! You know, it's like saying Martha to Batman. He's like, whoa, where did you hear that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe he was a kid and lost his parents to metas.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take some...
You say dad? I had a dad. Like that?
Yeah.
It's kind of Batman, too.
I guess.
Let's start.
Like
I'll test that. I'll sleep early.
You should be fine. You slept 11 hours a day.
Ooh, wait, whoa!
Hey, look at that.
The hole's fixed. This is the Flash Museum.
Is this the museum? They made
Reverse
this...
Flash.
Flash Museum. Hey, 2032.
Trickster.
He's a kid. But that's not what makes him scary.
Oh, that's cool.
What makes him scary is you never catch him.
You never catch him.
Really?
Dude, that was so cool. Seeing Savitar and stuff in the back.
Supergirl, the Legends, even the League tried, but no one was successful.
Probably because he can dampen everybody's powers with that magic friggin' dagger. Yeah, I got it. You guys stay here and deal with the meta serial killer.
Okay, guys.
Awesome.
We've got this.
Yep,
Let's
good.
just canvass some crime scenes,
never gets
interview some
caught even
witnesses,
by
and see if
Green
there's
Arrow.
any common acquaintances between Gridlock and Block.
Don't forget the other kind of green.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Ralph.
I know in the future you guys never bring in Wells to help you catch Cicada, so if you want a different result this time...
Try something
Wells.
Data Wells?
That's a great idea.
They need a Wells. They never brought a Wells.
Okay.
What?
Is the greatest detective in all the multiverse. So I've attached his coordinates if you want to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, do you see it?
Got him.
Sherlock.
Let's just turn on the extrapolator and get this master detective out of here.
Okay. A new Harry?
Looks like Sherlock.
Oh my god, it is a Sherlock.
Is it Harry
Is
Sherlock?
it Sherlock Wells? Yeah, it is.
Joe! No!
He's gonna go after Joe to try to get to Cisco?
I don't know, maybe.
Something's there and gone again. Something removed a tattoo, right? Yes. Perhaps from a former love.
Okay, you know what? I think that this Sherlock
Eddie
has
tattoo.
proven
Oh my
himself
God.
and that we should start. Oh, there's 14 million people in this city. Only 500,000 have reposted this.
14 million?
So, Cicada?
That's a lot of people.
Cicada, yes.
New York
I've
City
reviewed
has
your
8.
evidence, and I know where to find your
Does
killer.
it?
Yeah, so.
Shall we? Let's get this done before dinner, right? All right. Allons-y. Whoa.
Allons-y.
I trust you know the way out.
Your mom's a liar.
Maybe.
Liar.
I'm sorry we came all this way.
He's a Sith holocron.
No, I'm impressed. Your mom is a really good liar.
Yep. I can be
I know she
detective.
forged this death certificate. I just,
We know.
she's
We've
never
seen the
gonna tell us
vibe.
why. Nora's plan might actually work. Or it will work.
Damn it, Nora.
I found it.
I'm on it.
Damn it, Nora.
Here's the critical part. It's a decoy.
Damn it, Nora.
Drop, 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 drop. Get down. Or just stand there. There he goes. Catch him.
Shit. He's just a man. Chase him. Yeah.
We got him.
You got him.
I can't tell if that's him or not.
You got him, Eric.
I don't.
You think it's him?
I don't think it was him.
Oh, you don't think it was him? Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Come on, we should celebrate. Okay, I'm gonna gather everyone up, make some drinks, and we can have our first party in the new lounge.
Damn it, Nora.
Well, what? Why are you cutting away?
I don't know.
When you said you had a plan, Ralph,
Oh, of course it's him. It's always Hirsch. Every time I capture Cicada, it's always the same man.
Wait a minute, you've caught this guy before?
37 times. I've captured 37 cicadas, 37 different Earths, and every time I try to capture him, trail always leads back to that Earth David Hirsch.
Well, that's
So
not.
this
detective.
psychological profile that you created, you just made it up.
We got the wrong guy.
No, not this time. You know what we should do? We should throw him in the pipeline for safekeeping until he talks. I'm gonna go get him.
Hey, what do you... No, you're
Damn
not.
it, Nora.
We're not gonna kidnap a suspect in police custody.
Can do lightning?
Huh.
You sure this?
Sherlock. Yeah.
What happened?
As far as I can tell, it looks like he was in the wrong place when this fusion cell went critical. I think it wasn't placed in its cradle properly.
Vaporized into ash.
What?
Way to go.
No.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
You left.
I call shenanigans.
So what, the idea that it was a suicide, but the mother tried to cover up
Hey,
his
you never
death?
told me what the
Do you
code
think it was
was
a
on
secret
your mom's
message
Resident
using
Evil laser grid
the
of
game
death?
they used
I
to
said
play?
it was a code of some sort,
Yeah.
right?
It was my birthday.
His birthday. Yeah.
Ah.
Time to make a decision, Detective West. While there's still some of you left.
Push it, push
You
it,
have
push
to
it, push it,
click
push
it.
it, push it.
Just Cisco?
Oh no, he's not ready. Okay, good. Good, hurry, hurry.
What's wrong?
Oh, Cisco.
Oh, they went through it. Oh,
No, where'd it go?
He took Cisco.
My breach fritzed out and spat us out in the forest somewhere. Can you breach out? It's not working.
Oh, sheesh. He's Captain Boomerang, too?
Colin, what?
On my way.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, damn. How do you do that?
He gets it. What? How's he not gonna take your power?
It's gone.
It's a proximity thing.
Barry!
Take
What's
the
going on?
gun.
What's going on? Flash time?
Yeah,
Time
she's
to hone your
flashed.
skills, Nora.
I trust you. Go.
Oh, one of those things.
Starting with you.
Oh. Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh. 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 Well, he did a shield too?
Vibe. What?
Cisco's gone.
He can fly? It is Mjolnir. He can fly? I knew it. He had to make Cicada think that he was dead.
You did great.
Good job, Nora. No damn it, Nora this time.
Oh, man. Vibe dead.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, give her a hug. What's going on?
Get me purse.
What's the iron stuff?
Be good. Sometimes the past is worth remembering.
Does Ralph know? I hope he does. I want him to have some detectiveness.
Like
you
he's
know?
leading her.
Yeah, he's giving her the information on purpose.
Compound that doesn't exist, but it does exist because you made it up.
Caitlin, come find me. Huh? Who?
The mom.
What? Who's that?
So, this is all I can remember.
Did you come to it on your own?
Did someone tell her? Oh, shit. Shit. He's looking right at us. Why was he looking right at us? So Nora's she was told to come to that moment?
I don't know if it's what was told, but was it her decision solely, or did something else push her to it? Right?
Yeah. So something that pushed her to it could be someone told her to do it. Could be she...
Because I think Sherlock's thing was like, did you come to that decision on your own?
On your own. Does that imply another person?
Well, yeah.
My very first thought was Reverse Flash. I don't know why. He's always interfering in Barry's life.
Maybe.
And we did see him in this episode, at least his costume in the Flash Museum in the very beginning. Very beginning.
The berry beak.
And then he gave that look to the camera. Like, that's not Reverse Flash, is it?
Him?
Like, it seems ridiculous that Eobard Thawne...
You think anytime you see a Harry, you
I
think
know,
it's Reverse Flash?
But there was just something in that look where he was, like, looking right at the camera. And I was like, one, I immediately thought of Reverse Flash could be the person pulling the strings. Two, like, what... This is far less plausible, but two, what if Reverse Flash is actually Sherlock Wells? But I just can't see him putting on a French accent and the hat and all that, because that's a little much for me. But I could definitely see Reverse Flash playing with Nora and doing something. Because doesn't it say something in that newspaper that Reverse Flash is lost in the crisis too?
I don't know. I don't know what the newspaper says anymore.
Somebody was saying something that it actually implies Reverse Flash gets lost as well. So maybe he's trying to save himself by saving Barry, too, and having Nora do it. It could be something there.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, we learned a lot.
I mean, there's also still more with whatever, like, Iris and all that kind of stuff is, too.
Absolutely.
Like, maybe there's still more, like, family aspect of
You're
why
right.
she's doing it versus, like, some kind of sinister evil bad guy besides Cicada that we have.
True. Like, could Iris be the other person that sent her to do this?
Maybe, or could it have been, does she have a sibling? Like, I feel like we've gone back and forth on, like, is there another sibling that she has with some lingo that was said, like, last episode of episode 4, where it was like, could she have a brother?
Yeah.
So, like, maybe there's something else with that, maybe that could be linked to it.
Okay.
Or it could be some other bad guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like as much as she knows about Flash and the Flash Museum and his villains and everything, that she wouldn't, like, team up willingly with
Reverse
bad
Flash.
guy. Yeah. You know?
But he's a very manipulative person.
Mm.
And he can change his face.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. This is this is my Insta theory. That's like Insta ramen. It's my Insta theory.
Insta what?
Yep. Okay. Well, a lot of information about Cicada this episode. Especially in the future, Cicada is someone who is never caught on our Earth. Despite being caught 37 times or whatever by Sherlock Wells.
Yeah.
While he's a different person, in our reality, our Earth, he's never caught. At least in that timeline. That has now had to have changed.
Because they never brought a Wells in.
Because they never brought a Wells in?
So, if in the timeline that shouldn't have changed, it should have been Hirsch, in theory. It should have been Hirsch. They never brought a Wells in, and he just got away with it.
Yeah.
And then they brought Wells in, he's like, oh, well, it's Hirsch.
Yeah,
But
so
the timeline changed. It's not him, it's Orlan? Is that what they said?
They said Orlan, yeah. Orland. Not David Hirsch, but Orland. He also has a wound. A glowing wound.
Mm-hmm.
Did he get hit maybe by a piece of Star Lab when it exploded or something? And that's what it is? And that's actually what he uses?
I don't know.
Like, it's a wound. It doesn't imply, like, he's a meta. But does that imply he has powers because of this thing? Or is it just an injury?
He got hit by the satellite.
By the satellite?
Well, the satellite was supposed to crash, right?
Yeah.
This would be something that happened, whatever, right? She saved it, she changed time. That's
It
what
was
she
Star
changed.
Labs' satellite,
He was
wasn't it?
using it for dark matter stuff, right? To make everyone stupider.
Yeah.
If it had some kind of dark matter energy in it, and it got hit, and it exploded, a piece of that hit him with dark matter energy, maybe. That's why he has this blade. The blade's what penetrated him. And that's the point of the timeline changing, because Nora interfered.
Did it also? Is that the same accident where his daughter is injured and hurt?
I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe that was beforehand.
Yeah.
And then this happened, and then he's using it as him going out and fighting metas.
It's not a bad theory, because Nora interfered in
It's
the
just
satellite.
trying to find, like, what makes Cicada happen now
as opposed to later.
because she interfered.
If it was like the particle accelerator, it would have. Why would that change?
Yeah, why would he have waited so long or whatever? But the satellite, if it has to do with that being hit,
it's got to be something like that.
That's the first thing I think of.
And it was a Star Labs satellite, and he, like, his little dagger says Star Labs on it. So yeah, that's got to be what it is. I can't think of why it wouldn't be that.
I just don't know why. I don't know why the powers have occurred the way they have. You know.
Yeah.
Like, why does he have his powers?
Well, I get it. He did, but he raised up his dagger and flew. I think it's like Mjolnir. Maybe he has a connection because of the wound, and that maybe he pulled it out of him, and there's some kind of connection there. But does that count as his power? Because that implies only he could do it if he has the wound. Or is it equipment? It's kind of a mixture of both. Because it's not a meta ability.
But that's like Thor. Can only Thor...
Yeah.
Is that Thor's power, his hammer? But like Vision picked it up in the movies, you know? So like...
Yeah.
And other people through the comics history has picked up that and used it.
But
so like,
Thor also has power outside of Mjolnir, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, what were you the god of again?
So is it like, does he have powers and he has a powerful weapon thing that does the other stuff? Or is it just the weapon?
If I had to guess, this thing and this wound, I think he gets hit with it, he pulls it out, and because it's an effect of the equipment, I would still put it under equipment rather than a meta ability. But it might be like, you know, kind of similar to Tony. Tony had to put this giant generator in his chest because he has this thing coming for his heart, and now that he has a giant generator in his chest, he can power more powerful things. Only Tony can do that, you know, unless you put a generator in somebody else. Or just in the suit, I guess. But still.
Well, hopefully the smartest thing they can do is think about, like, why would he be here sooner? What changed in the timeline? You'd have to start from when Nora showed up on. So even if they were like, well, what did she do before? Like, go back and, like, okay, she was at Jitters doing some writing in her book. That was the language we don't understand, you know? And, like, all this other stuff. And look at where she's been and what she's done that could have altered the timeline.
True.
Hopefully the kid thing can help.
Yeah. Episode started out at the Flash Museum.
Yeah, it was cool seeing that. It's in Star Labs, which seems weird because I didn't feel like season 1, right, showed it in like the little...
It seemed like more of a museum with columns.
Yeah. It didn't feel like it was Star Labs being a museum, but in this one, the future's changed now.
Yeah.
So...
You know, I love the idea that you can go in and actually look at his rogues gallery. Unfortunately, in real life, that's a terrible thing to do, is to, like, literally put on a pedestal these terrible people, because that makes other people see that and be like, oh, that's how I can be immortalized, doing terrible things, you know? It's one of the things that you don't show, like school shooters and stuff on the news anymore. You try not to say their name, you try not to show their face, and, you know, unfortunately, a lot of news outlets still do, but most experts will say, do not do that, it'll encourage more. But it's just cool to literally see a rogues gallery, you know? Because I saw Savitar in there. I think I saw Zoom. We saw Weather Wizard's baton.
Yeah, and there was Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
There was that squirt gun thing that I'm assuming...
Trickster, I think.
Was from,
It had the acid from
when
Ralph.
When they did all that.
So, this is cool seeing all that. Yeah, see right there is Zoom. Right? Trickster, that's Dr. Light. That is, what's it say?
Black?
Oh, that's the lady, with the metal. Amulet Black.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
The Thinker, Reverse Flash.
See, what's all this?
Yeah,
there's a squirt gun.
Squirt gun. Is that
Pied Piper's gauntlets?
Pied Piper's gauntlets? Maybe. I mean, I recognize a lot of this stuff, but I can't
here's
say
these
the
helmet
name.
things, you know? Is one of these that guy that got really big? Remember him?
Atom Smasher.
More gauntlets over here?
Yeah.
These are both gauntlets.
Uh-huh.
What's this thing? This
I
boomerang.
don't recognize it. Yeah, it could be Captain Boomerang something.
Here's Savitar.
Yeah. How'd they get his suit?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it blew apart and then maybe they just put it together.
Maybe.
Yeah. Just a lot of cool stuff. There's swords. Yeah.
That looks like a lightsaber.
It really does. It looks like a Doctor Who thing too. Just bigger.
Just bigger? Okay, and it's almost Cicada then after that, I think.
Still, it's very cool. I mean, the hall.
Dude, they have his chair.
They have his chair.
The Thinker's chair there.
And then they have a Samuroid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that must be his, like, is that like a helmet thing? His
Maybe.
helmet or something?
Yeah. Cool.
And then they talk about how Supergirl, Legends, Green Arrow, no one's able to take out Cicada. Does that imply that Oliver is Green Arrow? Or does it imply another Green Arrow fighting Cicada in the future? Because right now, Oliver's in jail, you know?
Yeah.
They still had some mind-reading power things from Cecile.
Yeah.
Like, she was able to read Joe's mind.
She's losing it, but, you know, since you talked about last episode, I mean, Jesse Martin was sitting down in all his scenes again.
Mm-hmm.
I really am kind of like,
I know
what's going on.
Like, I'm like, it seems weird that he's like every episode. I feel like we've only seen him sitting down Maybe one time he was up or something like that.
Yeah.
He just seemed weird, you know?
I haven't heard anything
I'm
about
worried
it.
about it.
And if, like, you know, if the actor, if it's something that's going on and it's private, it's private. But yeah, every single scene he was sitting. Like, he was sitting in his chair. This guy's in his house and he's sitting there looking at him. And then the next scene, he's tied up in the chair.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's in the chair.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm worried about I love him. He's a great actor.
He's fantastic.
You know, I like him in that. He was in Rent. I think I've seen him in, like, Law and Order, like, long time ago.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah, he was in Law and Order. Yeah.
Like, he's been a really good actor, so I'm hoping he's okay. But I've just... since this season, I've been seeing him... It seems like he's sitting down, and, like, some about his voice just seems different.
He hasn't stood this season yet.
I've just been worried. I think, like, maybe the first season... Or first
I'm trying to think the last time I saw him with the beanie on, like, outside doing detective stuff.
Like, when they were at the crime scene in the second episode, they didn't have him there. They had Sing there instead.
Yeah.
But they always had Joe there, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm worried about... I'm hoping he's okay. Hope I'm just reading into it wrong. He's just... They didn't have any reason for him to stand up, you know? I don't know.
We'll see. Okay. Hey, the hole eventually gets fixed.
Yeah, in like 30 years or something.
Whenever.
Right?
20 just
years.
at some point, they fix it. Now I know. Maybe I can stop. I won't.
About 14 to 15 years from now.
Yeah.
2032, I think is what it was.
I won't stop saying fix that hole, but I could.
Fix that hole sooner is what you're going to start saying.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, the Flash. They have his old.
That's the statue we saw.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like at a museum, not like
We might be
Star
thinking of
Labs,
it wrong, I guess. I don't know. It's curious that they're using the red Flash emblem from season 1
instead of the white. Maybe it's just a nod because of the original Flash.
Maybe.
I don't know. Now at this point, is he missing? Right?
He would be. Wait, I don't know.
Like, do we know exactly when he disappears?
How old is Nora? Because she's gone for 25 years later, right?
Yeah, he's gone 25 years later, but
let's say she's like 20. I mean, she's actually older than Barry and Iris, right? But even though she acts very young, I don't know. I'm gonna say yeah. She said she never really knew her dad.
Vanishes in crisis. 2024 is when the article was written.
The season 1 was 2014. Remember, because always said, oh yeah, they had a good like 10-year thing until that happens, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, by this point, he's gone. He's been gone for, what, 8 years?
Yeah.
Which, how did she look? 10, maybe?
Maybe.
Like, she didn't look very old, right?
I would say, yeah, 10.
Maybe like 10 or so. It's like maybe she gets a couple years with her dad, but barely remembers it, you know?
Sure.
I mean, heck, I don't remember shit from being 2 years old.
Yeah.
Man, I was worried about Cisco there. I wasn't sure what they were going to do with it all. That one time, though, when he, like, threw it and, like, stabbed in his shoulder and then just yanked him back.
That was crazy.
Like, fuck!
He has so many versatile powers with that. He created a shield around himself. He can fucking fly.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen the shield thing before. Something hurt him, though.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he didn't create the shield soon enough or something, or...
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with that. But...
Yeah. I figured that with Nora, like, thinking it through, it's not just, you know... I figured it must be something. It's episode 3, it'd be weird if Cisco died.
The thing I'm always worried about, like, I was hoping that he vibed himself away.
Yeah.
But I hate in a show when I'm like, no, there's no way. I'm smarter than this. They're trying to trick me. And then I rob myself.
And you rob yourself.
Of like an actual, like, death of a character.
I get
or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, there's no way, right? There's not. No, maybe they did.
Yeah.
Maybe they did. Maybe he's leaving. He's been so grumpy in this season.
It's just cool that we got what seems to be our big bad here. Episode 3, we're already like, we've met him, we know him.
Mm-hmm. It's not like a huge mystery of who he is. Not for us, but they're trying to figure it out.
He's fully formed, it seems. Yeah. What do you think about Sherlock Wells? I mean, I think he's cool, but for me, he might be a little much for like a whole season.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's like he has like the ego of Harry.
Yeah.
But then he has like the not telling the truth dumbness of HR, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
Sure, no.
It's like a mix of the two with a French accent.
With a French accent, yeah. French Canadian, I think, because he said he smells of poutine.
Yeah.
I think he's French Canadian. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you know, no one's ever gonna really beat Harry for me. Well, I should say of Tom Cavanaugh in the show, nothing beats Reverse Flash, and then it's Harry, and then from there on, they're kind of interchangeable for me. HR maybe a little less so because you know we spent so much time with him, but I don't know.
I didn't like HR when we first had him, but by the end of it, like he was, you know, the way he like sacrificed himself and everything was really good. So
I guess it's just because I know Tom Cavanaugh so well at this point. It's weird thinking that the entire season you're gonna have him being a French dude, which I mean I'm not French, but the accent was okay into my ear, but I've heard other French people too. It doesn't sound exactly like that. I don't know. What's up with the little coffee place they got in Star Labs?
I don't know. It's like the lounge. It's a place they have, I guess.
So they got a coffee place. Are we ever going back to Jedders?
Maybe it was a place they built up back whenever they were going to make it. Weren't they going to make it a museum before or something, right? And they were going to have people come in and look at it, and HR was going to be like, publicity.
I guess so, yeah.
Remember that? Maybe they were building it as part of that then.
It's just weird. And brand new set. Came out of nowhere.
Wasn't it HR who they didn't have coffee on his planet, right?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
So maybe he built it for that.
Coffee Wars,
coffee.
I guess. I don't know. Okay, well, they got one. You know, I need to look up what's the most populated city in America. Yeah, okay. So New York is the most populated American city, and there's 8,500,000 people there. Star Labs has 14 million.
That's a lot of people.
That's insane.
There's a lot of people. What's the most populated in the planet?
I don't know. Los Angeles only has 4 million people.
Probably like a place in China. Like China has a higher population as far as a country, right? So
yeah.
Probably like...
Okay, Tokyo, Japan is what they say.
Highest population?
Yeah, but it didn't say the number. Tokyo population.
So
Tokyo, the highest in the world, is 9.2 million.
Dang.
So Star City, 14 million, blows it out of the water.
And they'd have been like, we have 3 million people in this city, you know? Like, they're not going to be, 500,000. You know?
Yeah.
That's like a good chunk of a couple million.
When they threw that out there, I was like, what? Because I was just talking about populations with Jancy the other day.
Yeah.
Like how, you know, we only have 14,000 people here in Marietta. And, you know, in LA, it's 4 million people. But they say with the undocumented workers and stuff, you know, people that have come over from Mexico, it's much, 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 much more. They just don't know the number, you know? But Caitlin threw out 14 million like she knew.
I was looking through this too on the
Flash vanishes in Crisis.
Yeah. Says the cause of the fight's unknown. But according to a witness, Flash, with the help of Starling City's Green Arrow, it says Starling City here.
Starling, okay.
The Atom and Hawk Girl began fighting the Reverse Flash around midnight last night. The sky took a deep crimson color as the ensuing battle created the most destruction this city has seen since the Flash first arrived in Central City. Several trucks are caught in the fray. Contents in the street. Power outages swept nearly 20 city blocks. 5 of those blocks still remain without power. All the buildings. All the buildings in the area were evacuated by CCPD with the additional help of the Atom. According to reports, as the Flash and the Reverse Flash battled with each other between 2 overturned tanker trucks, the lightning emanating from the speedsters threatened to ignite spilled oil leaking from one of the trucks.
Now, is that season 1's version? I wonder if there's a difference between what we saw there.
I don't know. He has the white emblem right here.
Yeah, which he always did in season 1.
And he has a chin strap, so we've got some time to get a chin strap back then.
Notice at the bottom, too, it says Wayne.
Yeah, it says Wayne and
Enterprises.
Queen.
Yep.
Merger. Which, is Queen still around?
Queens Consolidated is not still around right now. Okay, well, yeah, so that's my theory is that it could be Reverse Flash in there, because, you know, obviously Reverse Flash also got sucked in that version of the story. So maybe he is influencing Nora to stop it.
Oh no, I can't see anything about. I was just curious on the Reverse Flash disappearing too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's get through some of the other stuff we had. Thomas Snow, Caitlin's dad. Do you think that was who was looking at the
cameras?
Security cameras?
It can't be anyone else, right?
I mean, their security sucks so bad. Now their cybersecurity sucks so bad. So, I would say it's him. I couldn't think of anybody else who would be, but his name is Thomas Snow.
But why is he watching her and wanting her to come find him? You know, it's weird. Unless he has to stay hidden.
No idea. There's no way of knowing either. Had to just keep watching.
You know, that museum's kind of cool, but not a lot of work in it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They had to just put those set together real quick.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if you look at it, like they're not on any glass for like any of that.
It
stuff.
might be like 1.0.
Maybe.
And they haven't really done it.
Like they're working on building the real museum over here.
Maybe. They're
just using this for now.
Yeah.
Somehow they found out Star Labs is where the Flash worked. Barry Allen. Like they knew all that. I don't know.
Yeah. The last thing I really have is Cicada said, if you knew what I know, you would cherish them. Does that imply that he has some other kind of knowledge that's not just, you know, my daughter's in the hospital and it sucks?
Maybe.
If you knew what I know.
Maybe he knows something more from the future?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how he would know anything more from the future.
Unless he's also being manipulated by the Reverse Flash. Aaron.
You think? Why do you think everyone's manipulated? He's not coming back. He's dead. He's gone.
He's not.
He's done.
He isn't. He literally got sent away by Barry in the crossover last season. He's fine.
All dead. Everyone's dead.
Okay, so we're going to jump over to Twitter, guys. That's why Aaron is on his phone looking.
Yep, trying to get to it.
Yep, we're going to do, if you go over there, at BlindWaveProd, hashtag Flash Q&A, and we'll take your questions and talk about them right now. You can do that every week.
All right, so, Jacob says, if the villain name wasn't Cicada, what would you want it to be?
Bug Bite.
Bug Bite?
Bug Bite. That's what you do.
I'm just like...
Bug Bite.
Dagger. Man.
No. It's ridiculous.
Bug Bite?
Yeah, Bug Bite. And he has a stinger.
He doesn't bite anyway. He doesn't have a stinger.
Yeah, he'll bite you too. Let him.
He has a mask like Bane.
Yeah, he's constantly biting the entire time to keep it on his face.
So he
doesn't have a strap.
It's like a mouthpiece?
He's just biting it. Yeah, Bug Bite.
How does he talk?
Voice modulator like Stephen Hawking.
So he has to type it somewhere?
No, he does it with his eyes, like Stephen Hawking.
He types with his eyes?
Yep.
Okay, now you're ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Poodle Lover
yep.
says, could Cicada be Nora's brother? If Nora has a brother, in mind, I haven't seen this episode yet. So you haven't seen the episode yet, so no.
I'm going to say no. I don't think he has any meta ability. He wouldn't be like a twin or a Flash twin or anything. And he's got a daughter as well. That means he had to also come back from the past.
With his daughter, or bring a daughter, or maybe that's his mom? I don't know.
I don't buy it.
That'd be some kind of twist that it's like not his daughter, it's like his mother, and he doesn't get born if he doesn't, I don't know, some weird, crazy time travel thing, you know what I mean?
Yep. I say no.
Jeffrey says, can they just bring back Earth 1 Wells? No, he's dead.
Yeah.
Isaac Martinez says, what if Cicada is like Nora, a fan that came back in time, and that's why he's not the same guy?
I don't buy that he's time travel. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything to suggest that.
I think the best thing is that the satellite dish thing I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's very...
Nora changed it hit somebody else.
I can just imagine, like, she punches it, and this piece of it are flying all over the place. Like, fuck, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And that piece went, and it stabbed him, and he pulls it out, and he's just glowing. Kill Meadows. You know, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Andrew and Speed King. Speed King says, did you guys think Cisco was going to die? Because for a second, I thought they killed him. And Andrew says, so did you survive the attack on Cisco? I think I died and came back. Not sure, can't remember much. And how much more do you think Nora is actually hiding from us? So, how did the Cisco thing hit us?
Well, personally, for me, I didn't buy it for a second. But Aaron is right. When you have that kind of attitude, whenever something actually does happen, you can rob that of yourself for yourself.
I've had episodes of stuff before. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine. And then it's like,
oh, okay,
they are dead. No.
Huh.
I did that in person.
He died from a bite.
I did that in Person of Interest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I did that when I was like, a fucking bee? What? Okay. So I didn't buy it for a second, but it's me.
Jared says the show has had stretches before, but connecting Joe to Vibe from 2 newspaper photos is hard to believe from me. What do you think?
If you're hunting metas, you're like, all right, who's the most famous metas in the city? Well, you got Flash, Killer Frost, Vibe, these people. Here's Vibe. Here's some pictures. Hey, Joe's in a lot of these shots. I'm gonna go for Joe West. I don't think that's a stretch at all.
And even still, like if you have police officers that are constantly working with them, maybe there's a connection.
Yeah.
You can't. They have some, even if they just have a way of contacting Vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Not like do you know who they are?
And Joe's relatively well known in the city as well. He got honored at City Hall that one time.
All right. What are your thoughts on the possibility, says Ryan, that Nora is really being Eobard Thawne in disguise, or at least having some connection to Thawne family?
I definitely think a connection. I don't think it is Thawne. That would be strange. Like he just can't stand Iris. Fucking I hate Iris so much.
That's why
he can't fake hugging her or something.
That's why he hugs Barry, but he doesn't want Iris.
I think Nora is Nora. I just think that she might be being manipulated by a master manipulator.
And Dr. Winchester says tinfoil theory, Cicada is Caitlyn's father. It would explain why he didn't kill Barry in front of Nora, because he saw his daughter's face.
I'm gonna say no in terms of age, and we saw his daughter.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That could have been a question from like before he saw the episode or something.
Maybe. From 13 hours ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Chief Chill says, who else thought Batman when Wells says greatest detective in the multiverse?
Yep. I'm right there with you.
So Batman is not, either he doesn't exist or he's not the greatest detective in the multiverse. Which one is it? Or Wells is biased on other Wells. Maybe that's a thing.
I don't know.
Kitty says not only do they need to fix that hole, they need to fix their digital cybersecurity as well.
They absolutely do.
She says, with the new Wells, how do you think he'll fit into the team? I've been enjoying Barry-Nora team up and Barry using his brain in the field. Maybe Sherlock can help with deductions rather than flash science.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Tom Cavanaugh, and I'm always happy to watch him. However, I think one of the good things they did this season so far is get rid of that satellite, because it creates the other members have to actually go out and do stuff. But I think Sherlock Wells might kind of substitute for that, where it's like, oh, we'll also rely on him, where the others don't have to go out and do stuff, if that's something that's going to happen in this season. So it's almost kind of similar in that way, you know?
Maybe.
We talked about before how, in Arrow, when it started out, he could do a lot of things on his own, and then as we got more team members, Arrow could do a lot less. You know, it's kind of similar with the Flash. Is his presence and the enjoyment he brings to the scenes worth me being kind of frustrated with some of the other stuff? It's Tom Cavanaugh, so maybe. I'm only seen one episode, and right here I'm just like, okay, you know.
And it didn't feel like either they were like, okay, Sisko's there. Like there was a little bit more to it of like, there's this cross-reference this, and then Iris is the one who figured out where he was based on the information given to him by Sherlock.
I mean, HR was cool, but HR had that weird thing where he's like, I'm an idea man. I think of ideas, but I don't know the science, you know? And that always kind of had a disconnect to me. It's like, well, you should know like the basis of these things to be able to create creative ideas.
You always had that drumstick.
Yeah, I can't do it with the weight on this is bad. And he's dead.
Cool.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Cole says, I figured out who can stop Cicada. Bebo.
Absolutely.
And he has a gift of Bebo going.
You could. Well, what could you do? That's not a meta ability. It's an amulet.
Catch it on fire.
Right?
Burn it.
How could Cicada beat Supergirl?
I don't know. Can you take away the powers?
I don't think so. She's not a meta.
How can he beat Oliver Queen? Or Green Arrow. They didn't say Oliver Queen.
True.
Could be another Green Arrow that sucks.
Yeah.
Sky says, will they ever bring up the fact that Oliver is in prison?
Barry's in prison that one time. No, Oliver didn't do anything. You know what is interesting, though? A lot of people have pointed this out. If you really wanted to hide William and be safe from the bad guy over there, what's his name?
Dragon,
Ricardo Diaz. If you wanted to be safe, just go to Cisco and have him hide on another Earth. There's zero way Diaz could find his way there.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't think of that.
Chief Chill says, considering the title was The Death of Vibe,
That's the name of the episode?
I was worried and confused. There's no way they would put something that big in the title. But now I get it. Vibe is dead, but Cisco lives, so now he can't be Vibe anymore.
That is a good little cover where it's like, Vibe, he should go out there. It's like, he can't. He has to make sure he stays dead.
Yeah.
I get you. But if I knew they called it The Death of Vibe, I definitely wouldn't believe it. There's no way they put that in the spoilers. This isn't fucking Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball, they would do that. But if it was actually something when he died, they might call it like Vibe or, Vibration or Sad. I don't know.
Sad.
Yeah.
Your boy Wally West says, do you think the last scene could be hinting at Nora's twin brother?
I personally didn't get that. I went with more of the classic villain Reverse Flash. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. There's nothing to imply there's a twin, though, yet, I don't think.
Robert Jameson says, just a nitpick from when Ralph and Caitlin were breaking in, but who actually uses personal information as a password? Seems like Security 101. Hate seeing that in films and TV shows. Mine is just a word and some numbers completely unrelated to myself.
Yeah.
I know many people that have passwords that are just related to, like, something personal rather than, like, a random, like...
Sure.
Like... Blue Sky 75 or something,
Sure.
And then there's something that's like, well, what's that got to do with anything? Well, nothing. It's just a password,
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, I get you.
I'm not saying
I always get insulted whenever someone judges my password. You're trying to put a password like that password sucks. I'm like, fuck you. I've been using this for years.
So I'm not saying that it's good that they use the password like that, but I know many people that do, and I know there's been like companies and stuff that have meetings about passwords,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, all right, you have to have passwords. Don't use this. Don't do that. Don't use your password as password. Stuff like that. It's like, we got to make it tougher, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a combination I have in my luggage.
Exactly. Halloween says, Eric, at least now you know they fixed the fucking hole.
They fixed that fucking hole. Eventually.
Toast Knight says, my money is on the Speed Force giving Nora the go-ahead to change time. That, or she already has a brother who's hanging in the background for now. Just the first things to come to my mind.
The Speed Force itself, like that one time Joe was the Speed Force?
Maybe, wouldn't it be interesting if the Speed Force was like, Nora, do it. And you're like, okay.
Maybe that's how the Reverse Flash is making her think it's a Speed Force. But it's him.
Maybe. Robert Reyes says, so Star Labs becomes a Flash Museum, not the Speed Force hint from Season 1 finale, and they gave a little picture of what that looked like. As I was saying before, too, like, the pedestals and stuff they have, like, it doesn't really look that fancy. Maybe this is the first iteration of the Flash Museum.
Yep.
They spent a few years getting it ready and fixing the hole and building it, and then they're going to make a bigger, better Flash Museum.
Yeah, it's like how we had, our first Blind Wave studio over at my house, and then we got the Wave Cave, and then we got Wave Cave 2.0.
Who did they say Cicada's first person they killed was? Did you write it down?
The first person he killed?
Mm-hmm.
Gridlock?
No, originally.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, Crusader says, hang on. Cicada's first victim was Arm Fall Off Boy?
Arm Fall Off.
My power will astound you. Observe as I detach my limb.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Arm Fall Off Boy. Okay, I don't know.
I don't know what the person doing. If you were at the Flash Museum, says Nemi, which display would you guys look at first?
Reverse Flash. He's my answer to everything tonight.
The Flash. Not the villain ones. I go look at the Flash's stuff first. And then I look at the villains.
Go look at the Iris exhibit.
What would that be? Dip says, if you were an elongated man, what would you turn into to distract a criminal?
Cop. I don't know.
You turn into a mannequin.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey! You just,
A bag of money. Like a real big bag of money.
can you do that?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, you just, like, you screw with him, you turn into a mannequin, you just look like a mannequin just
that'd be
standing
funny.
there, and then all of a sudden you go, hi! You just turn your head.
It'd be freaky.
Ah! You run. That'd be scary.
That would be scary. I can't believe we didn't show this during our legend.
Yeah, the
reaction
unicorn
other day.
thing. I just saw that. In the picture too. Ryu says, "Who would you pick to take on Cicada?" After having Nora say that even Supergirl and the League weren't able to beat him.
Deathstroke.
He says, "Deathstroke?
Oh shit.
Constantine? Bebo?"
Well, Constantine has magic, so could he take away magic? Probably
don't know.
not. I think it's just dark matter.
I think people with good fighting skills without superpowers. So Deathstroke, you know.
The Atom.
Yeah, that's all technology. That should
Captain
work.
Cold.
Sarah Lance.
You
You know. He probably could take away Steel's powers.
Yeah.
Heat Wave.
Yeah.
But I'd get people that don't have powers but are awesome fighters with, like, technology.
Sure.
Technology!
Technology! Ooh. Oh my god.
Heather says, do you think they killed Vibe for the same reason they got rid of the satellite? Team Flash had become too powerful with too many tricks. Maybe we will hear more of Run Barry Run than we have recently.
It's possible. I mean, we got rid of Killer Frost. We now have kind of benched Vibe. Possible, yeah.
And then 12 Cat says, did you notice that this new Wells said Allons-y, which is the 10th Doctor's catchphrase that Eric hated?
I just didn't get it.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yes, I did catch it right away. I was like, Allons-y, yes! So,
Which is French, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So that is all from the Q&As for
Okay.
The Flash.
Yep, guys, thank you very much. We need to have a poll for this episode. Aaron? Nora? Who is the other person that gave her the idea?
Who influenced Nora?
Yes. So it's the Reverse Flash. It's a twin brother. A lot of people are talking about
The Speed Force?
the Speed Force.
Iris?
Something
Else.
right?
Sure.
I'm going Reverse Flash, baby, all the way. Hello, Flash.
I'll go with family.
Family. That's not a choice.
Yep, there's two options for family. Taking both of them.
No, you can't. Keep doing it. Thank you guys for watching this episode of The Flash with us. Go to Twitter to check out how you can do Q&As. Go to Patreon where you can check out that poll and full length of this episode. And go down here and subscribe. Or over there and subscribe.
Over
There's
there.
a lot of different options. Subscribe. So you never miss an episode
Or the bell. You're supposed to ring the bell.
of The Flash.